Hey kids, it's me, Tony Homeperm. Well, I'm doing a little bit of a different video today. Now, as a lot of makeup enthusiasts and people that follow the YouTube beauty community know, a wonderful YouTube creator, Mel Thompson, passed away a few days ago. And when I saw the news, I was stunned, I was saddened, I was shocked. I've been a big fan of hers for quite a few years now. What I know of, just from her videos, is she was such a nice and kind person, and I can't imagine what her family and loved ones are going through. I remember one of my very first makeup videos. I happened to comment. I was doing a sort of a collab. My good friend Ashley Jade was over, and we were going through all my palettes because she can't believe how many I own, and this is going back a ways, and so the collection has grown. But I was showing her the Viseart Grand Pro Volume 3 palette, and I said I got this palette because Mel Thompson did a review of it and recommended it, and she had a code and everything, and I ended up putting that little clip up on Instagram, and Mel actually she commented that, you know, she loved it, and I was just like I was ecstatic. I was overwhelmed that you know, a big YouTube creator like her would comment, you know, on something that I mentioned about her. So it was just wonderful to see that, and there were a couple times that I commented on some of her videos, and she was always so nice, and a lot of times she left like a little reply back. Like one time I think she was saying something to the effect about, you know, if you have a dramatic eye, then you need a nude lip, or you know, something like, you shouldn't have like an intense eye and an intense lip, and I said, but that's my whole drag look, and she made like a laughing comment, and she was like, no, it's okay. She didn't have to do that. She had so many subscribers and people that were following her, and you know, but that just goes to show you what a nice person she was. And of course, you know, when she came out with her Tiny Marvels palette in collaboration with Sydney Grace, I didn't hesitate. I ordered that as soon as it came out, and it's a beautiful palette. And of course, you know, Sydney Grace has a great formula, very pigmented, very blendable. Of course, you know, Mel would not have worked with a company that she didn't think the quality was top notch. If you've seen her videos, you know that she was completely honest and unbiased in her reviews. I mean, it didn't matter if it was ColourPop or Pat McGrath. If she didn't like something about the formula or a particular eyeshadow, she said it, and she was truthful, and which is such an important thing for a makeup reviewer. But that's what I loved about her. She was very unbiased in her reviews, and I knew if she said something was good, it was good, and if she said it wasn't good, it wasn't good. I just felt in honor of her today. I didn't have anything going on, and I said, let me pull out the Tiny Marvels palette, and let me just do a look. This is not a look that Mel would have done by any means. You'll see when we get into my tutorial, things went awry on me. I don't know why. Maybe it's just where my head is at today doing a video like this. I can't really say for certain. But I ended up, in the end, I made a look that I'm pleased with, and I hope that Mel is looking down and that she's happy to see somebody like me still playing with her palette and having fun with it. And yeah, that's all that I have to say about it. So we're gonna get into me showing you how I did this look and the process. Okay, stay tuned. Okay, so I have put my base makeup down. I did a little highlighting, cream contour highlighting. I did my brows, and I actually used the color Death Moth to do the brows, with a little bit of Spider for the tail. And I like how they came out, and I haven't used this palette in quite a while, and I forgot just how soft and blendable the Sydney Grace matte formula is. It is really a beautiful formula. So now, where to begin? This is actually a little strange because this is the first thing that I'm filming, and I have some ideas about what I'm going to do for the intro and the outro when my look is already done, but yeah, it's just a little odd. But I think the best thing to do is just concentrate on doing the look and focus on the palette. And as I'm sure I'm going to tell you in the intro and the outro, it's just such a the Tiny Marvels palette is just such a beautiful palette. And I'm very happy I have it in my collection. So, what are we gonna do? Now, of course, Mel was always known for like these beautiful, soft glam kind of looks, and I wish I could do beautiful, soft glam, but yeah, soft glam is pretty impossible for me as a drag queen. So I'm gonna try, but I think it's best that I still create a look that I know works for me, because everybody's eye shapes and bone structure and things like that, they're all different. I just have to do what works for me. What I'm going to start with is I think we're gonna start with Spider again, and I'm gonna put that on the outside of the eye, because for my drag looks I like it to be, you know, dark at the edges and come in lighter towards the inside. So I'm just gonna grab a big fluffy Morphe brush, and we're gonna go in with Spider and see what happens. If I need to, just in case, I did grab my my Viseart. I think this is the Pro Palette Grande 3, something like that. But it's the one that you know, when I saw one of Mel's videos where she was using it, it inspired me to get it, and I used her code and everything, and so I know it's a Mel approved palette, and especially since I don't have any, since there's no black in the Tiny Marvels, if I do need some black, I'll probably use I will use the black from the Viseart palette. But for now, let's go in with Spider on the outside of my eye, and you can see I've already laid my tape down. I actually use 3M transport tape for these little side edges that I do. Side edges. This is the tape that I use, that I tape down on the side of my eye, so I get a nice harsh, sharp line. Yeah, maybe it is harsh. So, but that's okay. That's okay. And we're putting Spider down there, and you can see it's extremely pigmented, not patchy, and it's blending really, really nicely. That was one thing about Mel's videos. Just watching her do makeup, it was so relaxing. Just to watch her apply her eye makeup. I mean, I spent many hours just watching her do that, and it was nice. All right, so we're gonna do the same on the other side. Okay, what I think I'm going to do now, I color switched my brush off. I still want to work with this big fluffy brush, and I think we're going to go in with some of Bugaboo. Okay, and now I'm going to go in with the color Love Bug. Okay, now I think I'm going to go in with the purple color Jewel Bee. I think I'm actually going to go in with that with like more of a packing brush, only because it's more of a pastel and I want to get as much impact from it as possible. Okay, so I have my colors laid down. I'm just going to keep going in a little bit more and blend everything out, apply where needed. Okay, I think I'm happy with that. I don't think I need to use the Viseart palette. I thought I would need black from it, but I think my outer corner is dark enough. We'll see when we're getting to the final touch-ups. I may have to use some, but right now I don't think I have to. So what I'm going to do is cut my crease, and I actually had a request from a subscriber. They wanted to see how I cut my crease. Now, I've gone back and forth many times with how I actually cut the crease. Usually I'll just take a white cream product. What I've used many times is the ColourPop concealer in 00. This is like a bright white, and I just put it on a little flat brush like this, and you know, and I just go in and I draw the crease, because I have to make a fake crease because my eyes are very hooded. And for drag, you want a lot of visual impact with the eyes. But what I've started doing lately is a little bit of a different technique, and I guess I'll show you that technique on one eye anyway. So I take a little of my Neutrogena oil-free eye makeup remover and a Q-tip, and I dip into there, and I actually use the Q-tip to trace where I want the cut crease to be, because this way I can remove the pigment and then I go over it with like a white concealer base, because when I don't do that, when I just go over with the white concealer and draw over and paint over and make that new crease, the eyeshadow that's already there, it blends in with the white concealer, and then you're getting like sort of a pastel version of the shadows you've already laid down. Even if you go over it with white eyeshadow, it still tends to show through. I mean, that's not a bad thing. It's just sometimes I want that cut crease to be completely white and not have any and not be picking up any of the eyeshadow from above that I'm cutting the crease out of. So that's what I've been doing lately, and I'm happy with it. So I just take my little mirror and I go really close, and I just trace with the Q-tip that has the eye makeup remover on it, and I just make where I want that cut crease to be. So I think you can see that there. It doesn't have to be perfect, and you can just use the other side and remove any of the eyeshadow pigments that are there. See, actually I have to bring a little bit more of Jewel Bee down here because I don't have much eyeshadow there, but that's okay. These are all things that can be touched up. I'm just going to remove some of the pigment, the eyeshadow from there. And sometimes you have to go. I tend to use quite a few Q-tips for something like this. But of course, the more pigment that I remove when I go in with my concealer or primer, whatever I'm going to use, I'll get more of a true white base color. Okay, so that's that part of it, and I think that was my last Q-tip. No, it was not. Okay, so I can just take another Q-tip and go over, because you want to make sure now that the makeup remover is removed. And then what I'll do now is take my very, very bright white concealer, and I think I'm getting low on this. Yeah, there's plenty there. So I just put a little on the back of my palm. I take my little concealer brush, and I've already made the shape, so I just gotta follow along that. Pick up a little more. Really, once you have the top down, the rest it's just filling in. It's like almost like paint by numbers. And you know, if it doesn't come out perfectly, you can always just touch it up. And there it is. That's basically how I do the cut crease. It's a technique that I'm doing currently, and I'm happy with it. Okay, so I'm going to do the other eye off camera, and then we will be back to work on this cut crease area. Stay tuned. Oh, my friends, where to begin? Okay, so we had some issues, and after I'd cut the crease, I put Mantis down, and then I was putting fire butts on top of it, and then I was trying to blend out the outside with more spider, and it was just getting very muddy looking on the eye, and that's not the fault of the palette. It has to do with, it's just my application, the way my eyes work. So there was no problems with the I mean, the palette is very pigmented, it's very blendable. It was just my placement, and I struggle with that. So I ended up going back in and removing most of that color, recutting my crease and winging it all the way out, and I actually went back over most of the colors with the purple Jewel Bee. And what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to make a very, very big wing, and I think I will with black over the whole eye, and I think we're going to go in with some of scarab on top of that, just because I just want to get a look right now. So so I'm gonna proceed with that. I think I'm actually gonna use some of my Maybelline black liquid lipstick to sketch out the wing shape and fill it in, and the scarab will go on top of that. Okay, now here's the other problem I'm having. The white that I put down is turning the black gray. It's just one of those days where nothing can go right. Nothing can go right. So, what should we do? Let's take some of our Inglot black gel liner and our Durline, and we're going to use that to black everything out. And perhaps what we'll do is may have to go in with that with some black from my Viseart palette after all. Let's see what happens. Okay, that's better. Okay, I think we're going to stick with that. I'm going to do the other side, and we'll be right back. Okay, so these wings are nowhere near symmetrical, but we're just going to keep going. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover this black wing with the really beautiful duochrome scarab. So let's just jump in. Let's see what happens. Okay, I think I like how it looks. So I'm going to continue with that on both sides, and I think for the sake of just making this not so incredibly long, I'm going to finish up the face, and I'll come back with my completed look. Stay tuned. And we're back, and here it is, the completed look that you saw at the beginning of the video. As you have seen, I had some issues. Nothing to do with the palette or the quality of the palette. I mean, I have to say that the mattes in here are extremely pigmented, extremely blendable. So it wasn't anything to do with that. The shimmers are very bright, and creamy, and shimmery, and so the palette is top notch. I can't recommend it enough. So what exactly did we do to finish off? Well, as you know, I put the color scarab on that big wing, so that's it. You can see it there. My wings are by no means symmetrical today, but that's okay. They don't have to be. I'm fine with them not being symmetrical today. Of course, I did white platinum hair in honor of Mel. When I first started watching her, she was almost completely shaven with her what little hair she had dyed platinum. And if you followed her videos, we all went through a whole journey with her of not dyeing her hair and letting it grow out, and it was so nice for her to let us in on all of that with her. But of course, I actually went into the Viseart palette just for a little black to smoke out the bottom of the eye, and I put a little of Mantis, the green, under the eye. I actually used, and Mel had suggested this in one of her tutorials of the palette, I used Flutterby as my blush, and I used Web as my highlight. And so that worked out really nice. For my lip, I went in with a dose of colors. What color is this? Flirty. And just ombrate it with a little liquid lip white on the inside. Mel loved a nude lip, so I said, okay, so today we've got to do a nude lip in honor of Mel. Even though my eye look is absolutely nothing like anything she would have done, but she was so fortunate. She had such a great bone structure, and she didn't have hooded eyes like I did, and and of course I've got my huge caterpillar brows which have to be glued down and all that. So she didn't have to deal with that. So her looks were these very beautiful soft glam looks, which I wish I could do, but I'm a man, a drag queen. I have to work with what I have and try to create the illusion that it's completely something else. Now, I believe Sydney Grace is going to restock this. Probably not for some time. Just I guess out of respect for for Mel and her family, but I hope that they do restock it. I know there are a lot of people that still want the palette, who loved Mel, and having this in my collection is it's very special to me. As I was saying before I was interrupted, I love the fact that I have this palette in my collection, and whenever I see it, I can remember Mel and think about her great videos and what a genuinely warm-hearted, kind, beautiful person she was. So I hope that Sydney Grace will restock it for everyone, and definitely when they do, get the palette. It's a beautiful palette. It's just the artwork was very meaningful to Mel. It's a beautiful color story, and the shadows are terrific. I mean, they're top notch. Ooh, I'm sorry if this video got a little heavy. I just wanted to say something nice about Mel. She was just such a beautiful human being, and my sincerest condolences to her family and her loved ones. I can't imagine what they're going through. I just want to send as much positive energy to them that I can. So I'm not going to get into ending this video with telling you where to follow me and promoting myself or anything like that. This is not why I did the video today. As I said, when I found out about Mel, I just it was very saddening. When we were in the midst of the pandemic, and things were just so bad, and I had stuff going on besides the pandemic that were not good. And Mel's videos were always just such a pleasant relief during the day, that I could turn them on and watch her doing makeup, and it took me away from my troubles for a little while, and helped keep me sane during everything that was going on in my life. So with that being said, yeah, I'm just going to leave this at that, and all I can say is my sincerest condolences. I hope that Sydney Grace will reissue the palette, and if and when they do, I say definitely, get the palette. I'm sure that it would be a great help to Mel and her family at this time, if they do reissue it. So not that I know anything about anything at all to do with that. It's just my hope for the best for them. All right, so thank you for tuning in, and I will see you all again in the next video. And everyone, please stay safe, and give your loved ones a big hug and kiss today, because you never know. You never know. So that's it for today. Bye-bye.